Hi guys, it's Teacher Melinda here. Just wanted to come in and do an update and share with you guys about some new experiences that I've had over the last week or so, and give that information to you, and hopefully it will help you out in your process. So first thing is first. If you follow me on Instagram at One Crafty Peach, that I shared about us having a lot of storms that came through the area here in St. Louis, more specifically in my particular portion of St. Louis, and knocked out our power. So it knocked out our power Friday morning of last week. We relocated, myself and my husband. We had trees everywhere, like all in the street, and like us and the neighbors, we were all out like helping each other, like clear trees and tree branches and uncover a whole vehicle and stuff like that. So if you followed all of that, then you saw what happened. So that day we ended up relocating to my parents' house, and because I still had to teach that night and we didn't have any power, so went to my parents' house, taught, and what I loved, I did share about that on Instagram as well. What I loved about that was it made me really appreciate having a job that was so movable. And so what I did was I just took a few of these guys. I took like a set of my reward system. I took a set of these because if you remember in the package, there's like 36 little things, little animal people in there. And so I took a small set of these and packed that up, and took like my dry erase board, my laptop, my headset, my mouse, dry erase marker, and I just set up shop in my parents' office. And I had class and everything was fine. So then Saturday, we check back in. We have power. We're like, awesome. Move back home. And then as I'm teaching, I'm about, I have like 5 minutes left in the class. One of the transformers like blew, and all the power went out again. So that was a very frustrating situation because it was also with one of my students that has become a regular for me, and I hadn't seen him in a while, maybe about a week or so. So maybe they were just doing something as a family. And so I was really excited to see him and finish class with him, and everything just went out. Like I had nothing. So ever since then, you know, that was a pretty frustrating situation. I don't know what to do in that situation. I mean, what can you do when you don't have power, which means you don't have lights, which means you don't have internet access, and like all of that is just down and done for. And so so that was a pretty interesting experience. So just, you know, do what you can. And that in my case, I opened up my app on the phone, and I sent a message inside of the VIPKID app. I sent a message that said, hey, look, I just lost my kid. We've lost power. It's not coming back on. I'm sorry. Can you please alert the parents and let them know? I apologize. Like it's literally nothing I can do. Like I have no control over this situation. And so they messaged back and asked, was I still able to continue class? And I'm like, no, like I don't have any power. Like it's out on the whole entire block. There's no power anywhere on this street. So yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that happens. It's out of our control. I guess depending on where you live will depend on what your out of control situation is. But you know, they happen. That was it. We move on, right? So last week during the day, I tried out some morning classes, for the first time. So I was a part of the substitute pilot program, and so I'd signed up to do 2 morning classes for last Tuesday and last Thursday. And for the most part, those went pretty smoothly. I really didn't have any issues. I was able to kind of jump right into the classrooms when they told me to. They told me I was booked or they given me a class or something. And just kind of jump in and do what I do. So I'm assuming that, at least I hope that they are informing the parents that, hey, you know, your regular teacher isn't here, so we're about to give you a sub, you know, and that's something else you can't control. I mean, if you're going to be a substitute teacher, then no, you don't have time to prepare for a class. You don't have time to go over all the slides and become more familiar and pull out all these props and things like that. So, you know, you're just kind of winging it as well, and you're reading the bottom of the screen and you're kind of trying to get a gist for whatever's going on that particular slide. And you just do the best you can and make sure that, you know, you're doing okay and the kid is doing okay, and you guys get through what it is that you need to get through in that amount of time. So fast forward to this week. So I decided that I was going to open up some morning classes outside of the substitute classes, and that was really interesting to say the least. Playing around with those time frames were no joke. So my schedule, the earliest I had class was 6:30, and I quickly found out that 6:30 is just too early for me. Like, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet at all. So I think I will try and keep some morning classes moving forward. In the coming months, I will try and open up. Maybe I'll pick either like do a Tuesday, Thursday, or a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I will start my classes at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. my time here in St. Louis, Central Standard Time, at 7 a.m. and open it for 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30 a.m. and see what happens with those. Most of the time I got 6:30 and 7 o'clock classes. Really did not get any 7:30 classes or 8 o'clock classes. So that was pretty interesting. But we'll see what happens moving forward if I can open it up in a more consistent pattern. But that did increase. So I was able to see more students. I was able to get in front of more kids. And I kind of enjoyed it. It was a bit of a shock in the beginning to my system and my body, but I just think it's all about finding what's best for you and finding how that helps you out when you are setting your schedule. So if you're not used to it, then take it slow in the beginning. Just try, you know, a couple classes on a Tuesday, Thursday, and when I was getting up, you know, I would get up, teach my classes, and then I would go back to sleep for a little bit and get up and then do whatever I needed to do for the rest of the day. So now I'm kind of in a pattern where I can get up and I can stay up, and which ultimately helps me at the end of the day when it's time to fall asleep, because I'm literally falling asleep trying to do anything else. So just be aware of that. Be aware of, you know, how that works for you. I'm still keeping my evening hours open. I'm still keeping my weekend evening hours open. So normally I would teach, I had my slots open for Friday nights, Saturday nights, and also Monday nights and Tuesday nights. And normally I don't get a lot of bookings on Mondays and Tuesdays. I've only maybe had like a handful of Monday classes, but I just figure I'll keep offering them, and because you never know what the schedule is doing over there in Beijing, and you may get lucky. And so I am lucky, because coming up this coming Monday, even though it's a holiday for us, I know that by that time of the day I'll be home, and so I might as well teach. So I do have a student that signed up for a Monday class with me, so that's pretty interesting. So I'll be doing that as well. So I'm kind of playing around with these morning hours. I don't know how y'all do it. God bless you all that are like, oh, I get up and I teach from 3 a.m. to 8:30, and I'm just on it. Like, it has been rough. It has been really rough. But one of the downfalls that I have found is that I get a lot more tech issues with my morning classes, and that's pretty troubling because you just don't have a lot of time to figure this stuff out. I've had issues with the mics and issues with the system and just issues, everything, like the system blinking in and out. And, you know, I don't know what that's due to. You know, my husband and I, we run a speed test every morning that I've been up this week. We run a speed test on our system. That comes back amazing. I do the test every morning. That's inside the VIPKID system, the test your computer button. That comes back perfect, and that's not a problem. So I don't know. I don't know what, you know, I guess that's just how technology goes. So, you know, you're going to have glitches in the system. You're going to have issues that are things that arise, and you just really don't know what to do. I did get docked a class, canceled class for a teacher IT problem once this week, which was pretty frustrating because I'm like, I've done everything that I'm supposed to do down to restarting my computer, and like I don't think this is me. Like everything on my end is showing up that it's going great. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. I didn't get docked any pay for it, so I guess that's okay. But just one of those frustrating things that, once again, I guess you just kind of have no control over. So just wanted to share about that. So varying your schedule does increase or give you the opportunity to increase. I'm still trying to play around with what are the best hours if I'm going to do morning classes. But like I said, I do know for sure that I will not be teaching anybody at 6 and 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, I can be ready by 7. By 7, I can be alert and my eyes can be open and I can, you know, look like I'm enjoying the class, and which you wanna look like you're enjoying it. But anything beforehand, it's just too much. It's too much. It's too hard, and especially, you know, not being able to count on getting a great night's sleep or whatever. You know, you just want to kind of be on the safe side. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes in June, and I'll check back in later on with that. What else did I want to talk about? So that's all. I just wanted to touch base with my hour changes and schedules and what that looked like. It did flex a lot. So I taught every day this week. I had classes open, and I was booked every single day this week. So today is May 25th, so that can kind of help give you a reference. So every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week, I had at least one class. There were some times where I had 2 classes scheduled and then somebody canceled. But every day this week I had a booking in the morning schedule. So, you know, I don't know. Play around with that. I still have some Friday night and Saturday night classes. I have an upcoming Monday night class, which is pretty interesting. So, and it's with one of my regulars that I see pretty often. So, you know, that's it. Play around with your schedule. See what helps. Don't be afraid to just try it, and try it softly. Don't open yourself up to like 900 million classes, because if you get booked, you're going to have to show up for 900 million classes. So that's that, guys. If you have any other questions, anything you want to know about, just feel free to let me know in the comments. Ask anything. If I know it, I'll definitely share with you. Feel free to follow and subscribe, and good luck. If you guys are trying to join the VIPKID family, then go ahead and click the link. It's down in the description box. And if you've already joined and gotten hired, then hey, welcome to the VIPKID family. We're so glad to have you. Get your schedule together and let's go. Let's teach the babies, y'all. All right, guys, until next time. Bye.